Speaker of the House Michael Busch is recovering tonight from a liver transplant. The 70-year-old was recently diagnosed with liver disease. Busch says his health had gotten worse in recent weeks, and doctors just said it was time for a transplant. He went through the hospital's living donor program, and his sister provided the donation. Busch says major surgery of this nature is always daunting, but he notes he will face this challenge the same way that he fought for the people of his district, with determination and hard work. And the Democrat is the longest-serving speaker in Maryland history. So Karen Kennedy joins us now in the studio to talk now more about the Living Legacy Foundation. Thank you so much for coming in.
Good evening. Thank you.
So Karen, tell me, do the phones light up after a case like this with the speaker?
Yes, Marylanders are generous every day when they think about organ and tissue donation, and experiences like this, Marylanders are even more generous. So we do see an increase in calls and those who register to be donors.
So now how does the program work? Obviously, with the Living Donor Program, you have a much better chance of getting help sooner.
Yes, so our organization coordinates donation after someone has died and their family kindly says yes, or they had already designated themselves. We also work very closely with the University of Maryland, Johns Hopkins, for living donation. Those are situations where someone is in need of a transplant and family members, friends, others come forward to want to try to help them by giving donation while they're alive. It's primarily liver and kidneys, and there's an evaluation process that occurs to determine if the family member or friend would be a match for the patient who's sick.
And you think about the case with the speaker where his sister was able to come to the rescue. How often is family member able to be a match?
Yeah, it's wonderful when that happens. There are many things that are taken into consideration. One of the first elements is the person coming forward to be a donor the same or a compatible blood group with the recipient? So it starts from there, and if they are, further evaluation happens to see if it would be a good match.
How long is the waiting list at this point?
The waiting list is long. So today in Maryland, more than 3,300 patients are waiting for an organ, and across the United States, it's more than 110,000.
So if I'm watching this at home and I think about what happened with the speaker, what can I do to help somebody?
Oh gosh, there's so much to do, and it starts as simple as we have a website, donatelifemaryland.org. One can go on, learn information about donation, and register to be a donor. One can also register at the MVA when they have a transaction to get a license or renew a license.
And you said you do typically see a lot of people come out after a situation like this.
Yes, I think situations like this, we're so happy that Mr. Busch is doing well, and it sparks a reminder to people to think about donation.
Obviously, you have to have a great sense of health, though, to be a candidate. How does that come into play?
So with living donation and donation that happens after someone is deceased, the transplant hospitals and programs like ours evaluate every patient on a case-by-case basis. Many patients are, in fact, able to be a donor. They may think my age or medical history that I have may preclude me being a donor, but often that's not the case. Many can help others through donation.